Hello to my Janksters and everybody else who's watching this interview right now. My name is Gean and I do music on TikTok Live. So, for this year's 2024, I'm very focused and zoned in on live streaming, trying to get as many hours as I possibly could every single day. I probably sing about 4 or 5 hours a day. I try to take a break every once in a while, but I don't know. There's just something about being off of live stream that's like there's so much in me that's like, oh, I want to hit that live button. I want to keep going live. I just want to cheer people up. I want to make you feel better. If you're having a bad day, you can usually come into the chat and you can request a song and I'll try to sing it for you. I'll try to make your day a little better. So, yeah, this year's just going to be a lot of releasing music and just trying to get as much live streaming in there. So, a day in the life is I'd wake up anywhere from 7 to 8 a.m. Try to get that morning workout in, trying to get that good breakfast in. Then most of my morning is just me getting prepared for the live stream. So it's basically whether I'm going to post a video, I'll start recording it at around, if I get on live stream at 1 p.m., I'll start recording at 11:15. So that's after I've done my workout, after I've gotten clean for the day. And yeah, I just prepare for the live stream, record my video. Vocal warm-ups, I wasn't really all about vocal warm-ups last year and the years before that, but now I'm like really trying to care for my health and my vocals. So I do try to do a couple vocal warm-ups, which is like anywhere from 15 to 30 to 45 minutes depending on how I feel. And yeah, it's just live streaming from 1 p.m. Central Time all the way till 5 p.m. Central Time. And then I take a rest, which is where I get all my dinner in. I get all my time with my girlfriend and I get all those things in. And then I go back at 8:30 p.m. Central Time and then I won't get off until 10:30, 11 p.m. Central Time. And then from there it's just getting prepared to go to sleep and to be ready for the next day to do it all over again. So in 5 years, I don't want to take the traditional artist route, which is just touring year round and just putting a whole bunch of music out. I would still like to incorporate live streaming in one way or another. I do love the platform TikTok, and I will never forget that if it wasn't for this application, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I wouldn't even have gotten to the voice if it weren't for TikTok. So it's something that I plan on never letting go, whether we have to migrate to another platform because of TikTok and something happens with it, I will always try to still incorporate the live streaming part because nothing compares to live video footage and just having people being able to comment within real time. Like that, I think that's something that really changed the whole music industry. And I think that it's at the beginning. Like I don't think this is what it's going to be in 5 years. Like in 5 years from now, I hopefully live streaming would be something 5 times as big as it is now. So yeah, I'm really trying to do artists as in touring and putting out music, but I'm still trying to stay with my community and still trying to like connect with them on a day-to-day basis via live stream. So ever since I was a young child, as early as I could speak, I remember singing. Like it was always like a second language, I guess you could say. It's like a lot of people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm this age. Do you think it's okay if I start like singing and stuff?" And then I'm like, "Of course, it's never too late to start." But I started at a very young age. I couldn't even remember when I started singing. So it's always been a part of me. And then I didn't pick up an instrument until I was about 6 or 7 years old, where I started learning chords on the guitar. So there, I learned four chords, which is G, D, E minor, and C. With these four chords, you can basically play like 95% of all the hits on the pop charts. Like contemporary music is very easy to play. So yeah, that's basically how I started. I started playing guitar at 7, and then I started playing piano. I started dabbling a little bit with the keys when I was about, I want to say, 10 years old, when I was given my first keyboard. Yes, I'm in a position where I'm very happy. right now, with very content with what I've been putting out into the world. There has been a lot of positive feedback, and I feel like this whole community right now in this very moment, which I've been trying to build for the past 2 years here on the platform TikTok. I feel like it's really paying off, and people are really enjoying the live streams. Like I said, I want this to be the future. I see this I see this as just the start to it. A lot of people look to migrate to another platform. They're like, "Oh, I think I've gotten what I wanted out of live stream. Like now we can move on to the next thing." Whereas I'm thinking, this is jackpot. This is where it is. This is where I'm able to connect with the people daily. This is where the community and me are synced. Like if this isn't here anymore, how will the people know how I am every day? It's far beyond just music. It's also like I feel things, the community talks to me, they tell me how their day's going. I tell them how my day's going. We sing some music together. They request music, hopefully music that can make them feel better. And then I try to sing it and the people just vibe with it. So yeah, that's as far as the live streaming, that's where I see it. That's what I've been up to and that's what I think it's leading up to. It's just making that community stronger, hopefully inviting more people to be a part of the family. It's all about growing. I don't want to leave the platform at all. So yeah, I have two singles ready to come out this year, hopefully before the summer. I started talking to a new producer, Keegan Farrell. He's an amazing artist slash producer from Nashville, and yeah, I'm very excited to work on him with these next two singles, Treehouse and Home. As far as uh, as far as an album, I don't know when. I think I'm gonna put out a couple of singles before I think about an album. I think that the music industry has changed. It has shifted. Back then, people came out with albums every year. Now artists put out a single a month, and I think it's a new approach to music, but we have to work with what the times have have led to happen, and that's just the reality. So when I make an album, it's after I've put out enough music for people to start following me, not only for my live streams, but for the music that I put out in the world. So maybe in a year and a half, I'll be ready to make an album. But for now, I'm just really zoned in on trying to get some music out for the audience. So I'm really bad when it comes to memorizing lyrics. So I will search up the lyrics for a song, but pretty much the chords are the same for all the music. This is the way I see music. There's only four chords that you really need to play any song that's popular. Like yeah, there's those certain songs where it takes about 6 to 7 chords, but for the majority of the songs, it's only four chords. So what I learned is G, D, E minor, and C. I will use other chords, but for the most part, I'll refer back to those four chords just because you can pretty much play any kind of music and it's really not hard to forget. It's more about the feel of the music. Like I can listen to a song and I can pretty much tell what key it's in and what chords I need to play in order to make it sound like it. Of course, of course. So my TikTok setup, I went through it all. Like I did it with no audio. I did it straight through the phone. I did it where I didn't use a microphone at all. I did that for about a year. And then I started to dabble into now I have a mixer. It's a it's an MG06X and it's just a whole bunch of cables. Like I mean I have a stereo in and a stereo out. Then I have an adapter for my phone that I just connect the stereo in and out and it goes straight into my phone. So it's like if I'm inserting the audio from the mixer straight into my phone. This does not need any type of music software, so I don't need to use Logic. I don't need to use anything like that. Basically, all the sound comes straight from the mixer, which is connected to the wall to get power. And then I connect my microphone in there. I use a condensed microphone. And then, yeah, it goes straight into my phone. Not very complicated. But I will make a video. I have to make a video about it. My hobbies aside from music, I love to binge Netflix series. I love to watch. TV shows. I'm more of a TV show kind of guy more than I am a movie kind of guy. I don't know because I feel like movies are too short. So I do like to enjoy a couple of Netflix series every now and then. You know, it's something that I enjoy doing on my off time when I'm resting my vocals or I'm not able to do anything else. Because yeah, when I'm resting my vocals, I really can't do I really can't do much. I can't move around because it somehow ties back to making me more tired and my vocals won't be able to get the rest that they need. So when I'm on standby, I guess you could say, I do like watching TV shows and stuff. Um, a lot of people like their jaw dropped when they find out that I speak Spanish. My parents come from the Dominican Republic, so I am Spanish was my first language before I went to school. Before I was sent off to school when I was younger into pre-K, I didn't know how to speak English. So I grew up in New York City, and in New York City, there's a sector where it's just mainly Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, some Mexicans, and it's like you wouldn't know that you were in the United States if you live in this area because everywhere you go in this area, people are speaking Spanish. In fact, it's so funny because people, there's a lot of people that don't know how to speak English living in that Washington Heights area in the New York, and they get by just fine. Yeah, I mean, I did go to school in English, so I read and I write in English, but I do still, there's a lot of parts of my life that are in Spanish. Like whenever I watch a TV show, more than half the time it's probably in Spanish. Or whenever I talk to any of my parents or any of my family members, you'll most likely catch me talking in Spanish. It's really weird because I grew up with the voice that I have. So I've listened to it forever. There's nothing unique about it to me. But there are a lot of people that comment, "Oh my god, your voice, I've never heard a voice like yours," or all these beautiful comments that people leave. And it's really confusing sometimes because to me it's just my voice, you know, like I'm just singing, I'm just making melodies with what I have. But I guess the way that people take it and the way that they listen to it, it leaves them surprised. And all I am is grateful for their comments and grateful that they love what they're hearing. And yeah, I'm thankful to God for giving me such a unique blessing, and I plan on using it for the good. Yes, for those of y'all who are in the community or who watch me, just know that this year is going to be full of releases. There's going to be new music. There's going to be better live streams. I'm going to try to make this year like no other. And I'm here and I'm dedicated and I'm here full time and I'm here for you guys. So thank you guys for joining on this journey with me. And I won't upset y'all.